Well, if you're like I am, you probably never went to Bimini before. I've lived in South Florida all my life, and it was only recently because I went with the Resorts World that I got to go. It's the Bimini Bahamas, and it's that fast ship, and I loved it. So I'm talking with the person who is responsible for us having all this that we can tell you about, and that's Gina Milani, who's Director of Advertising, Resorts World Bimini. Welcome to the show, Gina.
Thank you for having me, Anita. Hello.
Hello, hello. It's a pleasure. So, do you get that from other people? They've never been to Bimini, and now they get to go to this beautiful island with all that blue-green water?
Absolutely. And people sometimes don't even know where Bimini is. So once we tell them it's in the out island of the Bahamas, the closest to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Palm Beach, literally just 50 miles away, everyone just gets super excited because they don't have to get on an airplane. It's just 2 hours by the Superfast cruise ship. So the proximity is great for South Floridians.
It is. And now, of course, you've developed something very nice. So when people go, they don't have to go for one day. They get to have a little bit more time there.
Indeed, they do.
So tell us what one can expect. Let's say, okay, I've just bought a ticket on the Bimini, on the Superfast ferry, and now what's going to happen?
Absolutely. So sailing from Port Miami on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's a 3-night, 2-night, or 2-night getaway. So let's say you decide to take a midweek cruise. So let's say we depart from Port Miami 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening. You'll board the Bimini Superfast, and it's a 2-hour journey over to Bimini. But once you're on board, you just have about 5 restaurants and bars to choose from. You have a beautiful, full-blown Las Vegas-style casino. You have an entertainment deck where there's interaction going on with the cruise director. There's live music and bands and game shows. For somebody who wants to relax, we have cabins on board. We have 180 cabins. We have a fantastic area called Paradise Lounge, where we now do massages and relaxation area. And then you're within 2 hours, boom, you're in Bimini. So you board, you have dinner, you enjoy all the interactive activities and the casino gaming, and then you arrive in Bimini 2 hours later.
Whoa. And so it must be beautiful, especially, the ocean is very dark and you get this gorgeous moon and you're just going along. And I've been on the ship. It is a fast ship and it's lovely. And one thing I have to compliment you about are the staff, the people. They are so friendly and so nice.
Our crew absolutely is fantastic. They are all cruising professionals from our parent company, who is out of Malaysia, the Genting Group. So the company is also part owner of NCL, which is Norwegian Cruise Line. So all of our crew come from Manila, and they're seasoned cruising professionals, and the service is outstanding.
So I wasn't making that up, right? There was a reason.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah, they really are. All right, so now we've enjoyed ourselves on the ship, and now we arrive in Bimini. What do we do then?
Well, we arrive in Bimini, Bahamas, approximately about 10 p.m., and then also included, I forgot to mention, in your getaway, which start from $88 per person for a ship stay, meaning you get a cabin accommodation, or you can upgrade to a villa/condo stay from $148 per person. So if you opt to hang out in a nice villa with your friends and family, what happens is you'll just get off the ship. We have complimentary tram service waiting right at the port for you. You'll already have your room key from when you checked in Miami, and then the trams will just bring you all to your villas. You'll relax that night. You can certainly go to our bonfire, or we have a beautiful fire pit out in front of the casino. Or you can just relax and go to bed and get an early start in the morning with the sunrise and over the beautiful waters of the Caribbean.
Okay, but that night, if we're just want to have fun, we can go to the casino there. on the island.
Casino is ready for you. The casino's open, again, with live entertainment. You also have a complimentary cocktail that you get when you board to bring you right into the casino. All types of games, meaning table games, including blackjack, baccarat, craps, roulette, slots. There's a sports book. Plus, you can grab a bite in R.W. Hemingway's, which is the restaurant at the casino, another cocktail, or just enjoy the outside. The property is beautiful at night. And a lot going on for you when you get there.
Sounds very romantic to me, Gina. It's really, and I guess what it is it's not busy like you arrive in Nassau and some of those very large islands.
Right.
It's different. Here it's very quiet, it's simple, it's lovely, and it's nighttime. So, okay, so we've decided, all right, well, let's go play a little blackjack, and then we'll wind up going to sleep. And the condos are beautiful. I mean, the sleeping arrangements are there, although we did sleep on the ship when we first went over. We did take I think there are 4 bunks to a room. Isn't that true?
Yes, we have a few different staterooms to offer. There's a quad share, there's a double share, and which are interior and outside, so you have the view of the ocean. And we also have a double. So if you choose the $88 per person, that's including a ship stay. So you'll physically sleep on the ship, and all of your meals are included in that. But if you upgrade with your friends and family, it'll be from $148 per person. And then with that, you upgrade to a condo, which is a studio 1, 2, or 3-bedroom condo at the resort. And it's another beautiful way to take in the resort. But take it one step further, Anita, is that we have the new luxury marina hotel, the Hilton at Resorts World Bimini, will be opening this summer. So there'll be a third choice of accommodations as well.
All on that little island, huh?
Yeah, it's a special island.
It is a special island. That's people would feel that when they got there. So for some of you who don't like to be on a ship for a long time, and yet you still want to go on a cruise, a vacation, this is the thing for you. It's fast, it's quick. You get there, you're in with very nice people. The people from Bimini are actually different than the people in the Bahamas, the Nassau Bahamas. Isn't that strange?
Again, it's a smaller island. The island's only, I believe, about 7 miles long. So again, it's very tranquil. It's basically your own private island. We have those exotic islands in the U.S. Virgin Islands, but believe it or not, Bimini, 50 miles from Miami, you have your own tranquil paradise that's in your backyard.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I had a wonderful trip. It was absolutely beautiful and lovely. But now your fun starts. Okay, you wake up in the morning. You have your breakfast, you go out to the beach, you go snorkeling, you go scuba diving, you decide what you want to do because there's lots of activities. The water is gorgeous and it's warm. I mean, this is the Bahamas.
2 musts that I suggest for folks that go is when you wake up in the morning and first of all, you're just going to be hit by the most amazing sunlight, and the reflection of the water is just stunning. But you must go into R.W. Hemingway's. This is a little insider. Make sure you have the Bimini Bread French toast. It's absolutely out of this world because obviously Bimini Bread is famous from the island of Bimini. It's similar to a challah bread, but it's got a sweetness to it. But when they make Bimini Bread French toast, it's out of this world. And then also you'll just take in the waters, like you said, Anita. I mean, my definition, I've been to Bimini so many times, but I can never find the right word to describe the ocean waters. And I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm calling it cotton candy blue.
Right. I think you have done that. It is.
And just very calm. The color, you just can't get enough of it. So, like you said, there's plenty of activities going on during the day. Get yourself back in the casino if you're feeling lucky. On the beach, we have a few different proprietors that offer shore excursions, so meaning everything from motorized or non-motorized. You can jump in a kayak with someone. The waters are so calm. You can see right to the bottom, so you could do a little snorkel. You could do a little kayak. If you're brave enough, get on a paddleboard. But then you can go over to, we have fishing charters and dolphin swims and just other beautiful excursions all day long.
I want to ask you about the paddleboard. I know it's a little bit off the subject, but since you mentioned it, how agile do you have to be on because your water is very quiet. There's not a lot of waves. So how agile do you have to be? Have you ever done it?
I have attempted, and I'm not going to lie, it took me a few times to get up
there.
So
it's tricky.
The wonderful thing is that the water is very calm. And once you get your footwork and positioning right, I've seen people of all ages do it because it's almost like a challenge for people because they just want to stand up. But you don't feel intimidated because you see right down to the bottom of the water. It's so calm, so it's worth a shot.
What if you brought it up? I know this isn't part of that, but I wanted to ask you, what if you brought it up to the sand, and now you stand on it and somebody carefully pushes you away on it. Would that do it?
No, I don't think that'll work, but we can have somebody in the water too. You know what? You can absolutely take the easy way out and just lay on it and get a suntan. How about that?
Okay. And I have seen people do it. It seems very interesting, and it's probably very good exercise.
Yeah, yep.
Because you have to, move your body with the boat as it's going. Okay, we'll get off that for a moment. But you stole my thunder on the Bimini Bread because when I was there, we passed the place that makes the Bimini Bread, and I wanted to bring home some loaves, but it just didn't work out. I wanted to do it, and I thought I'd be back, and I didn't. But people were buying 4 and 5 loaves. Now, there's no problem about bringing that back, right? I mean, that's food, but they don't care?
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, it's not a meat of some sort. It's not a piece of fruit. The bread is totally fine. It's sealed in a bag. And we have our trams that go complimentary when you're staying at the resort or on board. The tram service goes into the town, which leaves the resort, and takes you on a nice drive through the island where you get to see all the historic sites. The Ernest Hemingway House. It takes you into the village and shopping area called Alice-town. You can get a whole bunch of goodies for your friends and family, some homemade artifacts, clothing. They'll sample some local food, but there's 3 great places for some Bimini bread. So if one is out, you can certainly get it at another.
Right. So I have to definitely get the Bimini bread. I wanted to bring it back as gifts. I think it was $5. I think it was $5 a loaf or something, but it's really what it's famous for. But I will tell you something else I bought there. You go off the ship, and of course now you're walking around downtown, and there are a lot of little shops. Some have the same thing as the others, typical of islands. But I found a place that had these beautiful little plaques, and I bought one, and it's on my front door at my condo, and it says, "Live, Laugh, Love." And it's like it has 3 boards, three panels, and it's on rope, and I hang it on my front door in the condo. Now, they're saying nobody's supposed to have anything on their front door, but I live at the very end of one of the floors, and nobody has said a word. And I love I love that. I'll have to take a picture of it and show it to you.
Please. And that's your takeaway from Bimini. That's great.
I had to have something from Bimini. It had to be special, and so it was going to be the Bimini bread, but instead I went for the other thing. But I'll go back and I'll have the Bimini bread. So tell me, what's happened now though is you have one ship or you have 2 ships that go.
We have one ship, the Bimini Superfast. It departs on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from Port Miami.
So it goes and then it comes back and then it goes for the next shot. So you have one that. So the one time you go, you stay over and you come back. But wasn't there something that you go for 2 days?
Well, yeah, the our new cruising schedule for the past few months is a 3-night, 2-night, or 2-night. So it's Sunday to Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a longer period of time, we have the midweek getaway, which is Wednesdays to Fridays, and then your full weekend getaway from Fridays to Sundays.
Mm.
So we're the only ones in the marketplace that have that 2-night cruise because, we all have so much going on in our lives, and you don't have to be on a ship or an island for 5, 7, 10 days. You can if you want to. If you want to get away, you can do one-way cruises, which let's say you want to go down on Sunday but you want to stay the week, then come back, on Wednesday or come back on Saturday or Sunday when the ship returns again. So that's why we have our campaign called Bahamas Your Way. You can customize your trip. You can stay how you'd like. It's for any value-conscious person. If you want to reside on the ship, reside at the resort. So it's just Bahamas Your Way.
That's a very exciting way to do it because there are people that want to go, but their work schedule doesn't allow them to. In this way, they can go midway. They can do probably your weekend is the most popular because that's when people can relax and have the time. And so I'm so glad that you changed it to that. Now you are leaving from the port of Miami, and when I went down there, I got to go on the tunnel.
Yeah, the brand new tunnel. That's funny that you say that. That down here on 395 to get you in the port much easier than all the traffic ways. But one step further, Anita, our group sales program, they do free buses for groups. So if anyone calls into the reservations department and they have groups of 10, 20, all departing from a certain area, we can absolutely accommodate that as well to and from Port Miami.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. We have so many people who are going in groups. That's what they do. They have 40 friends, and they all get on. And especially now that it's overnight, it's wonderful. They can go there, and they can all be together, and then it's safe. They don't have to drive. They come back. They're happy. You have really invented the proper thing. So now I think it's time for me to tell people how they can get more information. And the way you're going to do this, go to their website, which is rwbimini.com. R standing for resorts, W standing for world, Bimini, rwbimini.com. And you'll get all the information you want. Now, if you want to have, let's see, I can also give you a phone number, which may just take this down. This would be for groups, I believe. It's 1-888-930-8688. Now, if you do as a group, you'll receive a $100 coupon book. So this is a fun thing. If you're one of those group leaders, and we know so many of you, write this down and take your friends because you'll be the star of the condo that you arranged this. 1-888-930-8688. And just remember, you can go on the web, which is rwbimini.com, because there's a lot of information that we can only get to you, on a radio show. But the people there are very friendly. The music is great. I think you have the steel drums there in Bimini.
Yep, we have the Junkanoo Band. Absolutely.
Is that what it's called? A Junkanoo?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They're so colorful, and I had so much fun when I went there. And the thing that it is fascinating that when we first met and you started to market this, I think within 6 months you have made such improvements because people can now, as you said, in the summer they'll get to stay at the Hilton, but even now, you arrive and then you get right onto a little tram and you go right where you want to go. You've been fast. It's funny. Your trip is a super fast, but so is your marketing and what you've been able to do super fast.
Yes, we do work fast around here.
It's been really very special. Can you tell us a little? You mentioned the name Genting, and he's pretty important. I mean, I've heard him about Miami, and he's the one that bought the Miami Herald building, I think.
Correct. Our parent company is the Genting Group, which is out of Asia, and Resorts World is a brand under the umbrella of Genting Group, which is the world's leading casino company out of Asia. We also just, about 4 years ago, Resorts World New York City opened, which they are a casino in New York City right at Aqueduct, JFK Airport. They have 5,000 slot machines, a bunch of electronic electronic table games. You have 8 million people in the New York City area, so it's a fantastic location for gamers in New York City. Yes, Genting also, the Resorts World brand, purchased the site of the Miami Herald building, and as well as we are in the middle of about to break ground for Resorts World Las Vegas, and we have Resorts World Bimini, which is very special for the company itself, too. Bimini is just a beautiful place right off, like I said, right off the U.S., so it's very special for everyone.
Yeah, I think there's something, I don't know, I like to gamble on a ship or on an island more than just going to a local place. Isn't that funny? It's just not as romantic. I mean, you're somewhere
Right.
else, and you may have to, if you win a lot of money, you may have to have a ship drive you back, with your money.
Yeah, and it's great because there's only certain games offered in the state of Florida.
Right.
So once you board the ship and 3 miles out, you're Vegas style,
Right.
off the coast of Miami. So you got those dice in your hand and you feel good and you're playing games.
Yeah, that's true. So when you said 50 miles, that's like Cuba, 50 miles in the opposite direction.
Yeah, right. I think it's a little closer than Cuba, but very, very good analogy. Absolutely.
So it is very close, and yet, but it takes 2 hours, and if you didn't have such a fast ship, it would take longer. There are ships, that go, there are ferries that go to the Bahamas, and it's almost like all day takes to get there, but it is super fast, and the ship is very, very elegant for a ferry. It was wasn't it from Germany?
Yes, it's a German-made ship, and the brand is actually Superfast Ferries, and they're actually currently all throughout Europe. They take passengers and vehicles through Greece, Italy, Spain, and then this one was purchased for the proximity, obviously, with Bimini and Miami being so close to each other. It was perfect for what it's meant to be. It's almost like our big red bus on the ocean to get you to a beautiful destination.
I love why you said that, because I was about to say, and the way you can tell that it's the Superfast is because of its red color.
Yes.
Was it always red, or did you paint it when it came here?
It's funny. The Superfast brand is actually the red and white, and it happens to be our brand standard color for Resorts World as well.
Oh, I see.
So it worked out perfectly.
No, it did, because it is. You can see it, and if you go to Boomer Times and you look at page 3, you will see beautiful advertising, but you'll see the ship right there, and it looks just like it. It actually doesn't look like a ferry would look. It looks like a cruise ship. It just Now, do you actually carry cars on that ship?
It actually has the potential to, but we do not know.
Has a potential, but it's strictly like a cruising ship. But it was a ferry, and you've just I guess you reworked it. So it's...
Yeah. Below deck 7, there is accommodation for, larger, whether if it's vehicles or cargo or any kind of pallets and things like that, yes. But for the general consumer, we enter the ship on deck 7, which is the reception, the casino, and we go all the way 7, 8, 9, and 10.
That's right, so everyone gets a good view. And and you're bringing a lot of goods to Bimini, because that's how people have to get their food and get all their supplies, don't they? I mean, so what?
Not necessarily by us. We're obviously just delivering the passengers. I
see. But there are cargo ships, I guess we call them, that go back and forth.
Correct. Yep, from the States over to Bimini, separate cargoes. Correct.
I'm really dumb about all this. I'm sorry. I've lived in Miami, and I have no idea how this all works, but I know that when you're in an island like that, how are you getting toilet paper there?
Hey, some people do Target runs, because some folks that live at the island, they have an opportunity to come to America, enjoy, go shopping, get back on the ship, and go back home.
I see. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. So we're now talking about the ultimate Bahamas vacation, but it's in Bimini. You don't have to go all the way to Nassau and those other places. This is Superfast, just like you said. It's located 50 miles from South Florida, and the white sandy beaches are not to be believed. The, as you call it, candy cane color water.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy water. It is beautiful. You can just go. Now, for those of you who like sports fishing, this is another activity you can do. Let your wife or your husband, it can be the opposite nowadays. Some women love sports fishing. The husband can sit on the sand and just get a sunburn. It's used to, everything goes today. But the sports fishing is, have you ever done any fishing there?
I haven't done any fishing there, just some snorkeling and diving. But as you mentioned, it's the world's top destination for sport fishing and diving.
Really? And but you've seen some of the fish coming from there?
Oh my, yes. I mean, lobsters by the dozen, wahoo, snapper. It's almost so easy for fishermen to catch there because the waters are so warm all year round. It's an absolutely fisherman's dream to fish in Bimini.
And so consequently, I would think the restaurants are always going to be serving fresh fish.
You know it. Absolutely. There's just every day, obviously, there's a fresh catch, whether if it's the grouper, the mahi, obviously the lobster, and Bimini and Bahamas are known for their conch. So there's many ways where the fresh conch is, caught daily, where they have the beautiful shells. Driving throughout the island, you just see a bunch of different gentlemen conching. They pull out the fish, they, clean it, and there's all conch stands, which is a fantastic opportunity when you're driving to really get in touch with the locals. It's their livelihood, it's their career, it's their passion. They're proud of their conch. So there's delicious stands, conch shacks and stands throughout the island that are making fresh conch salads. You can't get any more fresh than that.
No, I remember the first conch I had was in Key West. Of course, I guess they named...
wow.
Right, in Key West is where conchs were. But when I was there on Bimini, I saw where they were making fresh conch salad, but there was this huge... Look, it wasn't an island, but it was a big pile of conch shells. And I have a picture of that, actually. That was very impressive.
Oh, yeah. They work fast.
And, a conch shell is very beautiful. It's all colored. It looks like inside, it almost looks like pearl.
Yep. It's all beautiful shades of pink and coral. Absolutely beautiful shell.
So if we took one and we cleaned it with Clorox and all, could we actually take it home?
You can. You can bring it on board if it's just cleaned properly.
Right, because, it's very pretty.
And it makes for great home decor.
It does. It does. You can put plants in there. And I was thinking that would be fun to do. Go there for no other reason than to make sure you bring some conch shells home. And
you just walk along the beach. Absolutely. You'll get, fresh, real live, beautiful shells.
So are they washed up? How do the conch shells come up? Are they washed up from the water?
Yeah, obviously they're aged, I'm sure. I mean, for the real fresh live conch, you have to go
into
out
the
in
water.
A boat. And,
exactly.
Right, but along the shoreline, absolutely. These are all washed up. They could be aged. They could be a little broken, but they're all unique in their own way. And these beautiful shells, like I said, we don't have to go shopping for them in Home Goods or somewhere. You bring back a nice few pieces to make a centerpiece in your condo.
Well, you are terrific, Gina. Gina Milani, Director of Advertising, Resorts World Bimini. The website is rwbimini.com. Don't wait another day. Make arrangements. Go there. You're going to love it. And then call me and tell me how much fun it was. Thanks so much, Gina. I really appreciate your help on this.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us today.
It's wonderful, Gina. Bye.